I'm hoping that this is just a phase. We may be entering the Simone Hicks Mean Girl era. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lauren Supports Nights broadcast discussing episode 3 of All American Homecoming. And yes, y'all, this episode right here basically revolves around 3 key characters. I'm talking about Simone, Nate, and Coach Marcus. But before we get started, it'd be great, appreciate if you guys could hit that subscribe button, like, and please do not forget to comment. And I'm sorry I'm getting this video out so late. Work has been absolutely hectic this week, but I said I gotta get this video. Let's talk about All American Homecoming. And I hope that the writers are not taking us down this path. It seems like Simone is getting ready to be set up for her mean girl era. And I hate to say that right there because I never thought that Simone would unfortunately have to go down that path. Now, Simone. So I've already saw the preview for next episode, right? And it looks like her and Lando, you called it, you guessed it, are going to be kissing. But at the same time, in this episode, she's crying that she misses Damon. So I don't know what Simone wants at this point. If y'all know, let me know in the comments because I can't figure out what Simone wants. And I don't think Simone knows what she wants either. We've seen this episode right here. Simone is basically pushed to her limits in some ways, right? In many ways, right? She's battling an injury that she's really not telling nobody, but we see in the next episode, I believe she ends up going to a doctor and trying to figure out what's going on with the injury. And at the same time, she got Damon on her mind. Now, keep in mind, now, Simone, you was just with Lando, right? Look, you want to confess your feelings to Lando, let him know you still feeling him, that you claim that you want your friend back, right? So it's obvious that Simone is still torn between Lando and Damon at the same time, right? Because we even see, there's a big tennis match going on, and Simone is taking out her frustrations due to her relationships on the entire tennis team. She's pushed them to the brinks as well, right? And Tootie had to step up and tell Simone, like, yo, this is not like you, Simone. What is going on, right? And Simone, basically also confides in Dr. P that, she misses Damon. We saw that she thought about sending out these text messages, but then she stopped. But her frustrations is also bringing down her tennis team as well, because we end up seeing her push this little walk-on to the side. Like, she's nobody. I'm like, now, Simone, are you turning into Thea? Because I can remember a time when it seemed like Thea was doing you the same way that you're doing this current walk-on. So Simone, she's frustrated at the entire process, when it comes to this injury, when it comes to her love life, and she's taking it out on the tennis team, which is completely not cool at all. So it's possible that we may end up seeing a Simone turn Mean Girl arc this season. I don't know how many episodes it's going to be, but we will see. And more than likely, like typically all American shows we've seen thus far, she'll go on this journey, but then towards the end, she'll be back to being herself, right? Because, the one thing that I can say, and we did see this as well, a lot of times when you're going through something, you start putting yourself into work, right? You make yourself work harder, harder, and harder. And that's a conversation that her and I said this earlier, but it's basically a conversation that her and Dr. P both had, because Dr. P is going through the same thing with Coach Marcus, right? So I'm not ready for the Simone Mean Girl era. It's not going to be good. But we will see, when it comes to Simone, can she rebound? Will she be better? We just have to wait and see. As far as Nate, right, he's basically, I believe he's a class president, and there was a situation that was going on the campus. And I love how All American Homecoming does relate real life college situations to this current TV show. Because I can remember when I was in college, students getting assaulted on and off campus, unfortunately, is a bad thing, right? We end up seeing this guy, he was assaulted in a wheelchair, right? And for Nate, as president, he's trying to step up to the plate. And at the same time, I feel like he is doing, he, I meant to say she, my bad. She is doing so much of the stuff that, you know, that she saw Dr. P do, right? And Nate really wants to step up to the plate as the president. But, you know, whenever this alert goes off, you know, he is upset, completely upset. He ends up taking his frustrations out on Dr. P because he's like, listen, well, I want to implement this program, this strategy to get things going more quicker, right? Dr. P is like, oh, well, we'll do it. I think she said we'll do it by the end of the month, right? And Nate's like, listen, we ain't got time to implement these safe strategies to the end of the month. This needs to happen now. And Dr. P is like, things of this nature right here takes time. But we do see that, you know, I believe the guy in the wheelchair, was his name Ezra? I think his name was Ezra, I think. But we do see, you know, Nate being calm and trying to do what he needs to, I keep saying he, doing what she needs to do the correct way, right? And when she gave that speech, right, Dr. P was not feeling it. Dr. P was not feeling it because Dr. P felt like Nate definitely overstepped the boundaries, right? Because these things do take time. You know, we're trying to implement a safety measure for all the students, you know, and eventually we end up seeing Nate and Dr. P, they make up. Nate realizes that he was wrong, and Dr. P steps up to the plate. She makes sure that a safety measure is basically implemented for all of the students much quicker. She made a backroom deal. She made a couple calls, and things seem to be okay from there. So I understand Nate's frustration with the whole thing when it comes to campus safety, because at the end of the day, we all want to be safe on that campus. You know, it doesn't matter if you're in a wheelchair, if you're black, white, whatever, you want to be safe. So Nate, Nate was playing no games this episode. Like when him and Dr. P went at it, yeah, that was one for ages right there. A lot of attitudes was happening right there. But proud of Nate, stepped up to the plate, did what was needed to be done for the students of Brixton. Y'all, Coach Marcus, man. What are we gonna do about Coach Marcus? So we found out he got a wife, and it turns out that in this episode, he got a 14-year-old son that allegedly he knew nothing about. He has to break the news to Amara. Amara's like, listen, I can't take no more. I can't take no more. No more secrets, Marcus. Like, I can't do this right here. And I understand her frustrations because Marcus got a lot of skeletons. And it turns out now he's going to be the track coach. It looks like Amara put some strength for him. So he's working on that. And I think he's also enrolling into, I think, grad school. I think he was enrolled into school as well. So Coach Marcus is going to be busy. I was a little bit surprised with the storyline for him. I ain't gonna lie, because I guess I had to create this right here to make him even more interesting this season, because we know things are gonna left for the baseball team, but now he's coaching the track team, and you know, when it comes to him and Amara, I'm like, Amara, you can't take him back. You can't take him back, Amara. Like, he's been hiding so many skeletons in his closet. Like, Coach Marcus, man, you gotta come out clean tomorrow if y'all gonna be together. Cause I got a feeling that by the end of this season right here, Coach Marcus and Amara will be back together. Now, if we would have had like a season 4, I could see them bringing in somebody for another male for Coach Mara. You know how All American do. Another male for Coach Mara to be googly eyed over. But since we ain't got that, since it is the last season right here, Coach Amara and Mark is going to get back together, despite him having a wife and a son. And at any given moment, I'm expecting the son to also appear on the show, maybe later on the episodes, but we'll see. And that basically concludes this episode of All American. It wasn't, the greatest, But I think next episode will be even better. We just have to wait and see. Just have to wait and see. So be sure to subscribe as I continue to give you guys my thoughts on the entire All-American universe, starting with All-American Homecoming. That's all we got left. And as always, thank you for tuning in to the Lawrence Report.